Well, a good Sunday morning to you. It's Dan. I want to welcome everyone to my home, the Sticks. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday and a good weekend. But over here in East Central Mississippi, I'm here to tell you, quite chilly. We're in the low 40s right now. As always, before we get started on this video, I'm always going to say that if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. And if you returning just to see what old Dan's got going on over her, I sure enough thank you for coming back. What I want to share with you and y'all today is, Lord mercy, I love onions. So let's grow some together in some containers. Give me a second, and that's what we finna do. Got that wood burner going in the shop because it's sure enough cold. Dan, what you finna do today? Well, you and I are finna grow some onions in some containers. I'm a really big fan of container gardening. For one, I have access to containers at work. Any other time they would throw those containers away, but I'm like, hey, you know what? If you don't want them, I'll take them, save them from going to the landfill. I could repurpose them because containers, mainly 3-gallon buckets, 5-gallon buckets, square, circles, it don't matter. They make really good growing platforms for container gardening. So let me show you what we're gonna do and what we're gonna use. All right, here is our container, and I believe this is like a 3-gallon container, maybe, a bucket. I drilled some holes in it for drainage. What I have here is just some straight up black cow that I added some perlite to. I think it's gonna be a good growing medium. This is the black cow that I'm using right here. Wonderful stuff to grow in. I really like it a lot, and I like to keep some on hand. To this soil, we're going to add some slow release Osmocote to maybe the top 3 or 4 inches of this container once we get it filled up. And this will provide a little bit of nutrients and food for these onions if they grow, and I think they will. The onions that we're going to use are, I got some red onions and some white onions. If we take a look here, you'll see that this red onion set is starting to shoot out a little sprout. So that's good seeing that. That's going to help it along. But this is what we're going to use to grow some onions, hopefully. So let me get you set up on this on another tripod, and then we're going to commence to planting these onions. All right, let's get started. This is going to be super easy, and another cool thing about this, you can get the family involved in some container gardening. But let's go on and get this bucket filled up with our growing medium. Another thing I like about using these smaller containers, they don't just hold a ton of soil, so it's kind of easy on the wallet when you have to buy the soil to fill them up. Okay, we have our container filled up. Dan, that looks like a lot of soil in there. But I'm here to tell you, what we're going to do before we plant our onion sets is, for one, we're going to water this down, and two, we're going to add a little bit of this slow release Osmocote to this mixture. So I got me some rainwater, and this water is actually going to settle that soil down. We're going to give it a little bit of water, and there you go. See, it's already, the soil is already settled down just a little bit, just by adding that little bit of water to it. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of Osmocote. How much I'm going to use? Maybe a capful, maybe. Look about like that. I'm going to sprinkle it around in here. I ain't going to get too scientific with this. I'm just going to take my old hands, because that's what the good Lord give them to you for. We're going to stir it on up. Push this soil down just a little bit. We don't want to compact it. Looking like that. I'm going to take my red onion set. What we're going to do is we're going to plant it to where it's about that much sticking up out of the soil. We're going to dig us a little hole, and I'm going to take y'all off that tripod and bring you in closer and show you what it looked like. Dan, is that a whole bunch of onions to plant in that little small bucket? Nah, we're just going to plant 4 of them, and I'm going to give them about 4 inches of space. So if they do grow, they'll have plenty of room to do what they do. All right, this is what we ended up with. We got our little container, filled it up with black cow perlite, and we're using some slow release Osmocote as a fertilizer for these guys. But there's one there, and there's 4 of them in there. Maybe you can see it. But this, I think this is going to work out really good. Well, over here in East Central Mississippi, a lot of folks grow onions towards the fall. I'm a little bit late, as usual. But I got some onions in the ground. It's gonna take probably 3 to 4 months for these onions to mature. If they grow, I hope they do. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna try it because I like container gardening, and I wanted to illustrate to you and y'all just how easy it is to grow fresh onions at your home place, your home, your apartment, wherever. Container gardening is just really, really cool, and it's really, really easy. Let's talk about light requirements. These onions are probably gonna take about, maybe they could use 6 to 7, maybe 8 hours of sunlight, which is what I get, because the sun is gonna rise from the east over here and it's just gonna crust. And this area right here gets a lot of sunlight. Here's another one of my container gardening experiments right here. And what I have here is some shallots, and they're growing quite well right where they're at. So I'm probably gonna take that bucket over yonder and I'm just gonna set it over here next to his cousins, and we'll see what they do. All right, that's what I wanted to share with you and y'all today. Lord of mercy, easy, do-it-yourself container gardening using just small containers that you could find. Sometimes people give them to you, but just use them. I hate to see those plastic containers go to the landfill, so yeah, if you can, repurpose those containers and use them for something, especially container gardening. So again, I hope everybody is having a show enough good Sunday, and I hope everybody stays safe today amid this crisis that we still have going on. If y'all like this video, go and give it a thumbs up, they help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Sticks channel, Lord of mercy, y'all need to come on over here, give old Dan a look, because I'm always doing stuff like getting back into container gardening. With that being said, you know it's coming, Dan reference show enough, always gonna say it. Don't let nobody doubt your shine. And I mean nobody, you sure enough get your shine on, get your grow on, it's important. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.